On the Queen's Guard title for Season of Defiance on Destiny 2, there are 2 secret triumphs. There's one here on the first page, and there's one here on the second page. Both of these are tied to a secret exotic quest, which I'm going to be covering in today's video. Hi, what's up everyone? As always, if today's video is helpful, please do drop a like and share to support it. Subscribe for more Destiny 2 content, and just a quick plug for our Destiny 2 community. It's linked at the top of our video description. Once you're done today, come and check it out. So for this secret exotic quest, you're going to be rewarded with an exotic glaive called the Vexcalibur, and you're going to want to head to the European Dead Zone on Earth. For the first step of this, you're going to want to go to the Gulch area. We've got a landing zone here. And what you are looking for are these orbs, which are going to be throughout the area. 6 in total. Now, there's no indication of this exotic secret quest whatsoever. These are the first things that you're going to see if you come across them. And obviously, we have the secret triumphs on the title. But there's 6 of these in total. And when we collect one, you're going to notice that I've got 30 seconds on my screen on the left there and an access code. This is part 1 of 6 to that access code. And if I find all 6 of those orbs within the time limit, I'm going to be able to move on to the next step. These are all very easy to get once you know the location of them. That 30-second timer refreshes after every single one you get. So you come to the center of the area here where I am. You'll find one right in the center in between these trees. So you can see like the tunnel in the distance there. And from here, I'm going to show you the starting position. What you want to do is just head towards the trees. I just collected that by accident. I'm going to let that 30-second countdown while I talk. If you just head towards the trees and head up here, it's a good vantage point to see every single one of these in the area. So I'm going to pinpoint a location for you. Notice the sound when you get close as well. So this is going to be the first one that we start off at. Now from here, we're going to take a left and there's going to be one over there. That'll be number 2. The third one is at the top there. And the fourth one will be what we just got in the center there. And the fifth one we'll get as we carry on going along there, just behind the center. And the final one, which is the 6th one, is over there. You can see in the tree line. So now I'm just going to shut my voice off and go through all this, showing you how easy it is. As I said, you get 30 seconds, and that refreshes every time that you get one. And there we have it. We have the full simulated cave access code. But nothing seems to change. There's no quest that pops up on screen or anything like that. However, if you notice in the distance there, we've got that big sort of like orb in the sky, I'm going to say. Like that Rever condition. We want to head over there. Once you're directly under this orb, you're going to notice that there's a cave entrance here. It's quite well hidden. There's some kind of like red marks on the wall, and this light is an indicator. It's in the same area that we just collected all those other orbs. Enter the cave and you're going to find an exotic quest. Just keep traveling down through the cave until you get to this area here where the exotic quest is located on this harpy. And from what I believe, you do need the season of Defiance in order to do this. It's not attached to Lightfall, so if you don't have the season, you might not be able to do it. But just press F to start the mission. The recommended power level for this mission is 1800, so you might want to do a bit of grinding if you're not there yet. You can see I'm at 1814. By starting the mission, you're going to unlock the variable exotic quest. And if we bring that up, you're already on step 3 out of 4. You just got to explore the Vex network node in the EDZ and discover its secrets. And that's exactly what we are doing now. And to start, you just want to run off the edge and drop down into this tunnel. And you'll drop down into this room. It might look like there's nowhere to go, but if you just look down low here, you're going to notice this door keeps on opening and closing. That's where you need to go. So just drop down in the milk, and just when it opens, go through. Try not to get squished. And then once you're through that, you just want to continue forward, and we're following the Vex milk. I think you go left or right at this point. It goes around in one big circle, and what you're looking for is a very small crack in the wall. There'll be a few enemies right near that crack. You'll know you've gone too far. It doesn't matter which way you go, left or right. As you go too far, you'll start heading back up. If you're starting to head back up, you've gone too far, just back up the way. And you're looking for this small little crack in the wall here. Just go through that. Just continue on now through this maze until you reach your first proper encounter. And here it is. You're going to place a rally banner. It is a no respawn point. And what I advise you here is going to help if you have a void weapon. So chuck on a void weapon because there's void shields. You can deal with them easier with that. Just place your banner. I'm going to explain now exactly how this encounter works. There's a ton of enemies, so just make sure you're dealing with these enemies as they spawn. And in the central area here, you're going to notice this purple beam of light. It's going to appear with some symbols every now and then. As the symbols appear, you can see a square, you can see a triangle, and there could be a circle as well. Now, what you need to do is find what order you need to shoot them in every time that they appear, and you're looking for these. You can see these symbols here on this pillar. They can be anywhere throughout the area, and from top to bottom, you can see that is square, triangle, triangle. So that's the order I've got to do this in. So as they spawn, I'm going to shoot square. That's square done. And I've got to shoot 2 triangles next. There's 1 triangle. That's the second one done. And we'll wait for the final one to appear. And there's the other triangle. That completes phase 1 of this. And there's still 2 more phases to go. It's 1 of 3 codes. So you need to look around the area again to find another one of those codes. The enemies do not stop spawning, and the snipers as well. So be sure to take care of the snipers. They're going to be the heaviest hitters. I've just found my next code here, which is square, square, triangle, square. So I go back to this purple beam in the center. I go square. Square again. Triangle. And the final one, square. That's code 2 of 3. This little safe spot here is a nice little area, by the way, for when you're doing this. It covers you from both snipers. And if enemies appear in front of you, you can just kill them. At some point, though, you are going to need to go out to find the 3rd code. So make sure you're dealing with those snipers. My 3rd code is just here. I've got square, triangle, 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 square. So it's a 5 symbol sequence this time. I'm going to go back to my safety position. And we're going to go from here. So we've got square. Triangle. Triangle. No idea. Another triangle. And then finally square. And there we go. That's all 3 access codes done. I just clear the enemies up now to finish the encounter. With all the enemies clear and the encounter finished, we can push on. It can get a bit overwhelming here, so just be careful. Especially take out these big things. They hurt. But as you make your way to the top of this next area, you gotta spawn in another one of these purple lights. It's exactly the same again. A lot of enemies to take care of, so be careful of them. You've got these symbols you need to shoot, and you need to find the codes. There's also snipers again, so watch the snipers. So the first code I found is up here near to one of the snipers. I've got triangle, square, square. So a good position for this is just back to the light. I go around to the left side of it, or right side of it here. And it's square, triangle, no, triangle, square, square, sorry. So it's triangle. And 2 squares. There's one square. I think that's what it is anyway. And the final one's a square. And there we go. That's 1 code out of 3 for that one. I need to find the next code. Snipers will spawn out as well after every code that you've done. So just use your super on them if you need to, because they're your biggest threat. Everything else is quite easy to kill. The snipers can be a real pain in the arse. And there's the next code I've just found. So it's square, triangle, square, square. So I'll head back to this position. So square, triangle, square, square. And that's code 2 of freedom. We've got 1 more to do now. Again, be careful not to die, because I think we're pretty much still in a no respawn zone. We don't want to do all this again. Just back out if you really need to. We've got to find that final code now, and those snipers are going to be alive as well, so we need to be careful of them. So again, I'm just going to use my super to take care of the snipers, because just get them out of the way nice and quickly. You can clear over enemies along the way. And my final code is just here. I've got triangle and then 4 squares. So nice and easy to remember. So triangle, square, square, square again. And we've got the final square. That's code 3 out of 3. So to clear the enemies to clear up. And in this next area, you simply just have to defeat all the Vex. But there is a lot of them, including this chicken. Once you killed the first chicken, there is going to be another one as well. Just take your time. There's no rush here. You're not timed. And with both of the chickens dead, the enemies will despawn. And you're ready to move on to the next step. And that is to explore the Vex networks. Just keep on pushing forward. There'll be a few enemies along the way. And you'll get up to here, which looks like your path is blocked. But if you just come to the left side of this door, you can just jump down and go round. You'll come to your next mechanic as you jump up this wall here, and be very careful. This is where I learned that this exotic quest is a little bit buggy. As you drop down, you'll notice in front of you, looks like a clear path, but these are going to be closing. Okay, you can see where they close. You notice that at like the border of it there. Don't get trapped by these. There's a risk that it's going to push you through this wall, and if it does push you through the wall, I'll show you a short clip now of what you're going to be in, and there's only one way out towards the rear, and it's kind of like out of area. The only way I was able to get out of it was by using my special. I'll show you how I did that. So yeah, as long as you don't get caught by one of these, there's no risk of that happening. So just take your time through this, and you'll be able to complete the mission as intended. Just drop down here. You'll come into this area, just push forward. See some ledges down below to save you from the Vex milk. And you want to exit towards the left. There will be an enemy towards the left to kill, so just take care of that. And once at the end of the path here, just look down to the right, and you're going to see some platforms that keep on appearing and disappearing. You just need to get down to the below platform. And then once there, just kill all the enemies. You'll be able to see some down this corridor as well. Get them all gone. And we've got another mechanic similar to the last one, but a little bit more difficult. No bugs that I know of, but you're going to need to progress through here, and there's going to be these pillars coming out of the walls that will push you off to your death if they hit you. So just take your time. Crouch, and you'll notice that the pillars come out on the areas that are lit up. And the best way to do this is when a pillar comes out, is just to get up against it and keep pushing forward, and just keep on moving like this. You should be able to hit each pillar as you push forward. And then just stop here when you see a light area, no pillar. And then go again. Just keep on doing this until you reach the end. And then you're done and you're safe and you can push forward. You'll come up to this rally point and you'll now be getting ready for your second major encounter of this mission. Just go forward and you'll enter this arena. Now this is kind of like a mini game of Gambit, if I'm being honest with you. In this you are timed and what you need to do is kill enemies so that they drop purple orbs. You've got this like tower in the center, and once you've got enough intel, you'll be able to interact with that. Just look at that timer on screen there. I've got 37 seconds. If I don't get these 8 orbs in there in time, then I'm gonna wipe and I'll have to start again. Lucky enough, plenty of them do drop. And I've got 8 now, so I can go and interact in the center. After interacting with that, you want to drop down into this pit. You do not want to be up top. If you are, you're going to get a wipe. Just stick here and wait for that time to finish. That's going to wipe all the enemies out up there. You're going to drop, and it's going to be the same again. This time you're going to need more of those purple motes though, but exactly the same. You need 10 this time. I've just picked up my 10th one. Plenty of time spare. I'm going to hit the center here, drop down, and just defend myself until the timer runs out again. Be careful of the wyverns. They can absolutely melt you. But you can see the time's run out. I'm dropping down. And I'm on got a big one this time. You've got a boss, the data nullifier. So you just got to defeat that. There's no time on this one, so just take your time. Deal with the enemies to defeat the main boss. There's plenty of cover. If you do get low, just go to the outside of the area. You don't want to die here. It's a no respawn. You need to go all the way back to the start if you do die. So do take your time. Once you got his health far down enough, he will disappear. And you just need to clear the Vex. But be careful. Once enough Vex is clear here, you're going to enter another sort of Gambit phase where you got to get the nodes. There'll be 10 to collect and you got to be quick. If you can preserve your super at this point, do. Because this isn't the final area, so I think there's another area after this, or even 2. You're going to drop down, and your next goal is going to be 12 nodes, which is quite a lot, with a small amount of time and a lot of enemies. So you're going to want to save your super to get past this bit, get the 10 nodes, drop down again for the 12 nodes, and use it then. Once you've got enough, don't hang about. There's snipers, there's 2 wyverns, you've got to be super quick. I'm so close to death there. And just watch of the 2 wyverns. Just use your barrier if you need to. And as we drop down, we're then going to have the 12 nodes that we need to get. And this is where we want to use our super. You just want to make sure you use your super at the right time. Make sure plenty of enemies have spawned in. And go ham. I thought I had 12, but I didn't. There's the last one. Just defend yourself one last time. And now it's time to take out the boss. This area over here is definitely the best area. There's plenty of space to maneuver. You're out the way of a lot of the fire with all this cover, and you can just take damage at the, well, do damage to the boss from here. And with the boss dead, the object is complete and the enemies will despawn. This is no easy feat solo. I highly recommend doing it with a team if you are struggling. I did die a few times. I had to switch a few things out. Just go to your chest piece and make sure on your mods you got some mods on like I have. I've put reduced incoming damage from enemies at long range twice, and then one at point blank range as well. That really helped matters. And then once you're ready, you need to enter the node core. So you've got these up to the left and right of you. It's one of these two exits. You got that exit over there. You can see that platform in the distance. The exit where you can't see the platform here, where the boss originally was. You just want to head this way, and you'll notice a platform down below that you can jump onto. From here now is a little bit of a jumping puzzle to the final encounter of this mission. See the Riven at the bottom down there? We're going to head down there and we're going to continue on with the jumping puzzle. I'll help you along the way if anything difficult. You'll reach these again. You've got the pillars coming out of the wall. This time there's 2 levels of them. You got to navigate this without them crushing you or pushing you off. Again, it's the same really. Walk up against them and just keep on going. If you got to crouch, you got to crouch. And just keep going like this. And you'll reach the end, no problem. At the end, just take a left and jump on this teleporter. When you land, take out any enemies that you can find. And you just want to push forward to the edge. You've got to be dropping down. Do be careful on your way down, though. Those pillars that you can see coming out the wall, they are adjustable like that. So take your time. And then you've got this gate again. But this is very similar to the mechanic that we had before. You can see there's a little ledge to the right there to get round. So we're just going to try and jump on that without dying. And that allows us to get round. I keep finding these along the way. I don't know what they are. They're all in plain sight. You probably saw them all as well. They disappear as you get close. Probably signify that you are on the right track. And when you do spot them, it's just right here. You can see the path downwards. Jump at the end. And you need to make your way into the core. Once you get to the core and you see this portal, you want to jump inside. And this is going to take you to the final arena. This is the final encounter of the mission now. You got this far, well done. Once you defeated this boss in this arena, you'd have completed the mission. We've got a raid rally here. And now I'll explain how it works as we go. This is now your checkpoint as well. So if you do die, it's not too bad. I think it's a 3-phased fight, this one. And it's using some mechanics that we've already used throughout this mission. Just notice straight ahead, there is a portal over there. You are going to be using that throughout this fight. And to start the fight, just push forward. The main boss is going to spawn in. And you start doing damage to him right away as soon as he spawns in properly. There's going to be a lot of enemies as well, though. So take your time, kill enemies, and do damage to the boss. And his weak spot is on his head. So it's all headshots with this boss. If you have your super, and it's like one like mine, you can take care of loads of ads. I highly recommend you use it when there's loads of ads that are out of control, or for enemy, well, boss damage. Once you've done enough damage to the boss, he's going to disappear. Still going to be plenty of enemies, but notice that portal I mentioned is now lit up. We now need to go and get through that portal to go and chase him down. And that'll be phase 1 of this boss fight complete. Just remember, if you die, you got to do all this again. Now in the next area, it's not so easy. Remember the mechanics at the start of this mission? Well, they're back. So you see that wyvern there, or the demon, right in front of us. We got to kill that. That's going to unlock a code for us and one of those purple lights again. We'll be able to find that code, see what the sequence is, and then we need to put it into that purple light. That's then going to unlock the boss for us to do damage to the boss. And that's how this section works. So I've just killed that enemy there. You've noticed the purple light come up in the middle. We now just need to find out where that code is. Be very careful though. A lot of enemies about like these up here right and left of the boss. Make sure we take those cyclops out because they're going to hit very hard. Make sure you're doing plenty of ad clone at this point. You don't want to get overawed by them while you're looking for this code. Well, I found where my code is. Notice where the boss is there. I'm not sure if it's the same for everybody. But if I come over here to the left, here's my code. I've got triangle, square, square, triangle, triangle. So I go back to the purple light. Get in a safe position back here where I can kill ads and shoot the symbols. There's my triangle. It's square, square. There's my square. I'm going to kill some ads while I do this. There's the other square. So I'm going to finish on triangle, triangle. There's a triangle. Notice there's two different triangles. There's like a whole triangle, which I'm shooting now to finish this off. And there's one with a flat bottom. It's the same earlier as well. I just didn't mention it. Now the boss is going to be free. It's just a case of the same before, really. You've got a firewall rebooting, though. So you need to be very quick and do as much damage as you can to the boss. If once that firewall reboots, you've got to do the whole sequence again where you've got to go and get that code and basically shoot the symbols. So remove the shield again. So I haven't really done much damage this time round because I want to explain that. So what I'm going to do is let that time out so you can see what happens. His wall's back up. I hardly did any damage at all. So we've got to do the same again now. We've got to kill that enemy, find the code, shoot the symbols. And what I suggest you do is save your super and everything you got. And as soon as you shoot that last symbol, be close to the boss so you can get close to him and do as much damage as possible. Again, each time that you do this as well, you're going to want to be careful with the Cyclops. Be sure to take them down. You don't want them shooting at you from distance. They're going to cause a lot of damage. And my code this time is in another area. So if it's not to the left, I'm going to go and check the right. And there it is on the right side this time. Let's take out that Cyclops. And read my code, which is triangle, square, 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 triangle. So nice and easy to remember. And both of the triangles were the like whole ones, not the flat bottoms. So we go triangle, square, square, square again. And the last one's a triangle. But before I shoot that, I want to get closer to the boss because we want to actually do damage this time. There's a triangle. I've broken the shield. And now I'm going to rush the boss. Oh, sorry. Do as much damage as I can with my super. You can see it takes so much damage. I'm not even halfway through yet. You just got to keep on repeating this process as long as it may take. Use your heavy ammo as well if you've got some until you kill him. The codes are always going to be either on the left or right sides. And remember, as soon as you get to the last symbol needed to be shot, clear up on a load of the ads. And I'll show you a good spot to stand if you're using heavy ammo. My last one's triangle, so I'm just going to move into that spot. There's a triangle. And just on the left side up here where you get the code from, there's a good position to get some good headshots in at him. Just watch your health and move around if needed. I'm hoping this is my last attempt at him now with my heavy. We'll see. And there we go. We got his second part of his health bar down. We just got to clear up on all the ads and chase the boss down again. If you're confident enough, you can just make a run for this portal with all the ads there. Because once you're through, you're through. But clear up if you're not, if you just want to take it safe. Before you do go through this portal, though, it's going to be the final part of this mission. If you die, you have to do this whole section again from the start of this boss fight. Make sure you pick up any heavy ammo that's on the floor. This is going to be beneficial. Allow your super to come back. As you go in, you'll be able to do damage to the boss right away. There's no sort of mechanics like that. But he is going to be rushing you. There are going to be quite a lot of enemies. So I strongly advise hitting him with a super first and switching to your heavy ammo to try and finish him off as quick as you can. Because as soon as the boss is dead, you've completed this mission. There's not a lot of cover and not many safety zones. So be prepared, head through, and do the best that you can to finish the mission. And there you go. He's done. Mission is complete. And you've done a great job. It's hard solo. If you want to make this easier, obviously do it with a squad. And you're going to find the exotic that you came for just here. That completes a step on the variable exotic quest. And you must now bring up your map. And you're going to be heading all the way back to the helm to hand this quest in and collect your reward. Once at the helm, just head over to the war table and interact. And here you'll find the exotic Vexcalibur. M1R distribution matrix guarding grants overshields to allies. You'll notice as well it comes with a patent, which means this exotic is craftable also. Let's acquire it and take a look. You're also going to get another quest called Vexcalibur Authorization Override. We're going to cover this quest in a separate video for you, but basically you're going to be going through and you're going to be upgrading this exotic. And here is a closer look at the exotic Vexcalibur. Straight away we can take that pattern off of it for crafting later. And then we have a look at the perks. We've got ballistic tuning, extended mag, there's hand-laid stock, and then the trait there is Perpetual Loophole. Deal additional melee damage while protected by an overshield. Defeating targets with melee final blows while the overshield is active will refresh it. And again, the M1R distribution matrix fires a spread equipped with a quick draining shield. Blocking damage with your shield gradually bestows void overshields to yourself and nearby allies. And that is it. You'll get plenty of time to practice with this weapon because you're going to need to use it for the new project that we got, and you're going to be able to upgrade it as well. I think there's different catalysts you can get also, so it's an exciting weapon. That's how you get it, and that's the entire secret mission complete. And if we head back over to our titles, the Queen's Guard title, you can see now that the secret triumphs are unlocked. So we've got Control Alt Complete. It says complete each of the 3 quests. That means I think there's going to be 3 quests from this. This is the first one that we've unlocked now. They'll be followed by more. So you just got to go and complete these 3 quests now, one after another, to get that secret triumph. And the other one is to complete that secret mission on legend difficulty or higher. It's got to be quite a struggle. I'm going to go for these though. I do want the Queen's Guard title and any... I'll be covering the quests in other videos, as I said, so look out for them. But also this one here, the legend difficulty. I'll upload on more GCROCK when we get that done, of us doing that. That's the end of this video now. Thank you for watching. I hope it helped. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to support. Come and check out our community now. It's linked at the top of the video description if you need help with this. Plenty of people there to help you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe and peace out.